And now as Lukov is hoping to finish things off here and now. He's just hunting for a frag. They are rotating down. Noxy continues to chime in through smokes.
The vent flank.
And Naz, in the meanwhile, has found the one. Artie and Zhao trading away, waiting for Lukov. Lukov doesn't want to wait for him. He's just trying to shut the door, fighting back against these rushing MP9s. Mayern's rotation finds damage and knowledge. Knowledge of the bomb, knowledge of the plant, knowledge of the one avenue of attack that the T's have, and they have chosen into it now. Meanwhile, Artie and Zhao is trying to make a play for the long game. Circle back to heaven, but Lukov somehow reads into it, and Bestia, after a long-fought battle, are 8 HP away. It's only Togs that is going to divorce them from the win, and Bestia will take it home 13-10. They guarantee themselves playoffs.
Yeah, they are our last playoff team emerging out of Group D, and this time bouncing back after losing to the Sharks in that upper bracket previously. For them, this was a grand opportunity to show that they had taken lessons away. And listen, the Sharks clearly made improvements when we saw them on Nuke as well. This time, they didn't get trounced. They didn't have these problems on that lower bomb site. There were a lot of gaps filled up by both teams entering this series, and I'm so glad we got a fully fledged long 3-map slog, just because we got to see these teams properly tested and limits pulled. We saw some great individual moments from everyone involved, and I think this Bestia team, all they need sometimes is that added vote of confidence. Now getting revenge back on the Sharks has certainly boosted that moving into the playoffs.
Oh, this is the series we thought we were going to get in the upper bracket, but I'm glad that we get it eventually. It is as close as can be, and I'm sure that Sharks, while not happy about it, will also understand that Anubis was a lifeline. Nuke is where, you know what, some heroics had to come in for Bestia, sure, but honestly, it feels like they deserve the series. It really does. Even in Anubis, it feels like they deserve to win, if not for all of those unforced errors. But still, they will proceed to the playoffs along with 9Z from this group. The playoffs has been fully stacked out, fully decked out, and this is the end of the group stage. We're going to have Pain Gaming versus Red Canids, Imperial versus Bestia, Solid and KRU to face off against each other, and 9Z with Insanity as their date. But before we end things for today, we've got to be seeing what we have in store for you guys for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the schedule as well and see how exactly this one is going to be shaping out in a bit. But before that, Michael, any comments on the playoffs? It does feel like that upper half of the bracket is kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to sing the praises here of Bestia, the fact they have their opening matchup against Imperial, oh, well, that's really a very difficult matchup. I think, you know, that was always the problem with being that second seed, is understanding that you were going to face the top seed out of any of the groups respectively. So that will be a tall task, but you know, if Bestia are able to adapt and make changes, I hope they come in prepared for Imperial, I'll say that much.
And fingers crossed over there. But yeah, today, both of the victors felt like they were in for a bad time, regardless of what happens, right? You know, the first team that we see going through between us, at least, goes up against Pain. Second one is up against Imperial. But yeah, tomorrow we're starting things off with Pain Gaming versus the Red Canids. Imperial will follow up versus Bestia. Solid and Crew is what we are starting off with in the 9Z, and Insanity will be what ends out the day. It's going to be a fun time. The playoffs are going to be all important. RLG points are on the line, and a spot, well, rather 2 spots at Belgrade are right there with it. So we're going to go to a extended break right now. We're going to be back tomorrow with a lot of playoffs action, some great Counter-Strike to be played, and some spots in Belgrade to be decided very soon. Come back then, guys. For now, we're signing off from Tea Time. It's Michael Yumi Cassidy, and we at Relog are saying goodbye. Till tomorrow.
1xBet and Eva Alfie present betting on all esports events on the website and in the 1xBet app. 1xBet. Play with Eva.